Hi guys, welcome to Marine Life, and today I'm going to take you through steps of how to select a fish and also to quarantine it. Because I'll be going through this video how I selected my fish. I bought 2 lightning maroon clowns that you'll see in a minute. For now, just enjoy a little bit of worldwide corals in a winter park, Aloma, and I'll get back to you in a second how to start the process. So a little insight on the quarantine method. A lot of times it's good to have a pre-existing foam filter. As you see my quarantine later on, you will see that I have like a type of air filter that works off of like one of the air pumps, and you can store that in your big tank and it collects the bacteria, and you put it in your quarantine to help you set up the quarantine quick. And as a matter of fact, your quarantine should be already running for like 2 days before you even bring the fish home. Another product that I use that helps jumpstart the tank is TurboStart 900 from Fritz, or Fritz 9. It's a good thing too to use and help you with the bacteria to establish in your quarantine tank. Or third, what I've used a lot of times is if your tank is good and you know that your tank is clean, use your old water. So take that water that you have from your water change, put it inside the quarantine tank with one of those sponge filters and the air pump in it, and it literally takes off right away. I've never had lost a fish or anything like that throughout that issue like that. It's usually pretty quick. So those are just 2 suggestions I can give about that. So let's get back to the video. Guys, so you can see the 2 maroon lightning clowns that I ordered. They brought them into the store. Very important when you're selecting fish that you always notice that they're eating, and it's very important because you can buy fish that look healthy, but if it's not eating, you can pretty much lose the battle, guaranteed. I mean, it's hard to get a fish to eat, and I think that's a lot of problems that people have with quarantine these days. Is they can't get the fish to start eating. Alright guys, so here I keep a logbook usually of all the time when I quarantine fish, of when first day I start and what the copper was at. If you can see, it's a 0.94 ppm. That's where you want to start at. I like to be aggressive with quarantine. Now you can see the 2 clown, I already put them in. They were accumulated into it. You can see there's another clown in there. He was actually quarantined already. I put him in my display tank and he wasn't really eating. He was hiding in a corner. So I decided to go ahead and take him through another extra quarantine process to see if he can wake him up and, see if he does better. So I put him in with these guys so they get quarantined together and see how he does through the whole process, Sometimes you can have to do that, that's why you keep an eye on the fish. If they're still not doing good, then we put them back to quarantine. You can see my display tank here, and I show where I took them out of. They had the female, that's a pair. You can see right there swimming. That's her, that's the female, and that's the male. You can see every day I check it in the beginning to make sure where it's at. I'm adding copper and putting the time I added. So it tells you the level. As you can see, I'm giving an example here how to do it. Everybody has different methods. The one thing I can tell you that I learned is I don't add it directly into the water. So I try to put it into the overflow box, or as you can see here, into the hanging the back box instead. So what I'm getting right now is a water sample to test out where the copper's at. I usually get 10 millimeter, and what I use to test the copper is I use a Hannah checker, as you can see here, and I'm just showing the process how to do it. but it shows you exactly, accurately what the copper level is at. So it gives you more reading. You're supposed to keep the copper level. They say minimum level is 1.5 for therapeutic level, but there's been a lot of strands these days of ick and other parasites that have been immune to copper due to wholesales and fish stores already having copper in there. So now they're saying that you should try to keep your copper level a minimum of 2.0. Now Copper Power recommends that you keep their copper at 2.5. It depends how strong you want to take the Copper Power up to it. There's people that go all the way up to 2.5. I kept mine at 2.0 throughout the process. You will see that, and I'll raise it up. If it drops below 1.5 ppm for copper level, you have to restart the whole 30 days, or in this case 2-week process all over again. I'm so aggressive with my quarantine, so I like to do a 2-week process for me. So what I'll do is I'll do a 2-week Copper Power, and all through all that time I'm actually start dosing after a few days. I use General Cure, which covers Prozzie in it and Metro and all that kind of stuff. So you're covering a lot of the bases of a lot of parasites at the same time. Copper takes care of ick and velvet, and General Cure takes care of Prozzie with flukes and other worms, stuff like that, intestinal worms as well, as you'll see. So if any information you get, like I got my information from Humble Fish Forum, fantastic guy. The guy's knowledgeable, knows a lot. By all no means, I'm not ever say I'm an expert, but I'm just trying to do a lot better than most people are out there these days that don't quarantine, just put the fish in and call it issue. I actually lost my fish not too long ago because of it. So I learned my lesson in that quarantine. From now on, everything I get. I always make sure I use like syringes for millimeters, or even as you'll see, if I'm dosing like Prozzie, I use measuring teaspoons or tablespoons. I always want to be accurate with medication. Guys, this is poison pretty much. I mean, it's safe for fish, but it is poisoning, and you're trying to clear something up. So just like any medication, if you do overdose, you could kill the fish or cause damage more than you want to. So I'm just showing an example how I do it. I put it in a HOB, and I put in a hang. Again, it's a hang-on back filter. You see the video here, just showing an update how they're doing. This is already a few days in quarantine, and if you can see the Oscillarius clown, or he's a nebula clown actually, he's still in the corner there and moving a little bit better. So he's doing quite a bit better. I'm happy with his progress he's doing so far. It's been a few days already, and it's time to start putting in. I think there's a little scuffle there. They like each other though. And like I said, it's been a few days, and now it's time to get to the second portion of medication. I didn't have no General Cure this time, so I'm gonna dose Prozzie Bro this time around, which treats flukes. So if you see how I'm using the teaspoon right there, so I'm measuring it, making sure that it's accurate to what I need, and I believe that it is 1 teaspoon per 10 gallons. So I'm gonna be dosing 2 teaspoons. And you see, I notice how I have my quarantine, and always make sure that it's 10 feet away from your display tank. Mine is 10 feet away, a little bit closer. I wish I had another room to put in, but I don't have room much, so I had to use this end table. My wife wasn't too happy, but she allowed me to do it because she understands the delicate of it. You can see I have a lid on it, and I have a strainer to take the fish out if I need to, but I showed that in another video. And this is an example of me pouring. As you can see, the bottom of Prozzie does have a date on it, and you see the bottom of the bottle is good till the 21st. So always make sure that medications that you're using are not expired. That's a key thing. If they're expired, you're pretty much wasting your time and not doing things correctly. I'm just trying to think. Nothing else I can really touch up, guys. I appreciate watching the video. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you and try to help you as much as I can. Thank you, guys. See you later.